How about you, hot stuff?
Water.
That's a good idea, honey.
Welcome. This is the Entertainment Answer.
Little Hand says it's time to rock and roll.
Dedicated to helping you decide what to spend your hard-earned money on at the box office. Looking for the latest DVD and Blu-ray releases? We have the answer for that too.
It'll be our little secret.
You know, it's exciting.
Want something fun and untucked?
I feel like I should say something smart.
Welcome to the Entertainment Answer.
Down, sweetheart, we're taking off.
Fortunately, it didn't scare me off. Welcome to the Entertainment Answer. Sunday night's palate cleansing of all this political chit chat and stuff. Who are you looking at?
The camera's looking at me. I gotta make sure my hair's good.
I thought maybe we had an audience I didn't know about. I'm sure your hair's good.
What, us have an audience? That'd be a unique idea.
Hey, we have a huge audience.
That's right.
All of them. So anyway, welcome to the Entertainment Answer. I'm Matt Mungle. Across from me, Bryan 4K Kluger.
Hello.
From tell them what you do.
What do I do?
Yeah.
Amongst other things, I write for Boomstick Comics.
Don't get shy now.
I'm not. I cover for everyone. I lead Eyes Wide Shut parties all across DFW. Call me.
You really have a thing about Eyes Wide Shut, don't you?
That and WWE.
Yeah. That and WWE, they go together. Steel cage matches.
Isn't that 50 Shades of Grey?
Oh, well,
Eyes Wide Shut, WWE? Oh.
Almost there. Aha. And I write for High Def Digest, which we do Blu-rays, we do HD gear. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I love it. It's, sometimes the studios send like 65-inch 4K TVs, and you're like, oh, what do I do with this? I guess I got to watch Smurfs 2 on it.
Yeah.
Green Acres.
Not that much out. So if you always hear me reference Bryan as 4K, now you know why.
Yeah, 4K. And then I cover WWE. So if anybody follows me on Twitter, you know that at least once or twice a week, I'm just posting so much on Twitter about wrestling.
Right.
Favorite wrestler right now?
Favorite wrestler right now? Oh my goodness. Enzo Amore. How you doing? He's great. You don't know. You have no
idea.
We've got to do a wrestling podcast.
We did a wrestling podcast.
We did.
If you go look in our archives,
that's right.
you will see our
WrestleMania.
wrestling
Hey, when you were a
podcast.
kid, were you out in the backyard throwing your friends or being thrown around by your friends?
No, I was actually a husky model for JCPenney's.
I still...
Again.
You gotta stay still, okay? You gotta stay still, okay, kid? You gotta stay still here. Kid, you gotta stay still. Okay, Anthony. We're gonna get a real good picture now, okay?
Look at him. He's got my eyes.
Got my nose.
And my sympathy. All right.
We want some wallet-sized pictures, too.
This kid won't fit no wallet size.
Again.
I still have those pages all gathered up together and
Good.
under the mattress.
Good.
Oh,
You know, I was in my windbreaker suits back then. It was a lot of fun.
I have one photo saved still.
She does.
Really?
Yeah, she showed me. I was like, I got to keep one of these. I took a picture.
At a former podcast that we did a while ago, I brought all of like the calendars and catalogs out that I did, and it was just so funny to relive those.
What was that? Navy? It was like some funny word before it, though.
The navy blue. And it was weird because when I did model for them on the shoots, the clothes were actually like had holes in them and just all sorts of stuff like that.
Right.
And then I never got to keep the clothes either.
What?
Yeah, that was that.
There you go.
Husky model.
Well, also with us, of course, is manning the cams, who was out last week, but bringing color commentary and color graphics is Mr. Dave Curlee. How you doing, buddy?
Hi there. Hello,
Good.
hello.
Did you have a good week?
Yeah.
Briefly.
I did.
It was a 1 hour show.
I did have a good week. It was
Good.
nice and relaxing. I did do some work. Those that are wondering, the episode of our show prior to me leaving has just now gone up because I was trying to, had to do a little bit of client work, had to do some of this, had to hang with the family and all that sort of stuff. So we're running a little behind, but we got a good
priorities,
time.
man.
He was real
Priorities
secretive about where he was going. I remember.
Yeah. Well, stalkers and all that privacy issue.
He just follows me. I mean, everywhere I go, he's there.
I know.
It's not my Facebook feed. It's my backyard.
Bryan. And then our very special guest, who, if you've listened to our podcast at all every month, is Susan Kamyab from Irving Community Television and thischicksflix.com.
Yay.
Hi.
So how you doing? She's all dressed up today. If you're watching the video, you see this.
Yeah.
And we both said that. Bryan and I both said, "Wow, you look good today." And it's not like you slum it when you're here usually.
She slums it.
I have a recording after this. I'm shooting a movie review at Irving Television right after this.
Right.
I wish you'd called us and let us know so we could have cleaned up a little bit.
Yeah, this is as good as it gets right
I
here.
wouldn't have, yeah.
That's why I'm in radio. So, and it's funny because that's a great segue because you're recording a television feature for a review for the film that released this weekend, Suicide Squad.
Yep.
And I kind of just want to let you and Bryan just go at it because it's just we didn't plan this. I had scheduled you to come up and be on the show this weekend before we saw Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
So it's only serendipitous that we all have difference of opinion, and by we all I mean you and I are right.
Yeah,
Bryan's wrong.
exactly.
Why is it a right and wrong thing?
So Suicide Squad, what about this movie makes somebody hate it and somebody love it?
It was just a poorly made movie with poorly done characters, awful, horrendous dialogue. It's just about everything. Like I said, right when the movie ended, actually when the movie began too, the best part of the movie was the IMAX logo. The countdown 10, 9, 8. They did it in a Suicide Squad fashion, and I turned to the person next to me sitting in the theater, and I said, "This is going to be the best part of the movie you watch."
So you went into it right then.
Yeah.
You checked out.
Yeah.
You didn't give it a chance.
You
to
didn't
be
give it a
funny.
I
chance.
checked out when in this movie there's a military captain who's in love with a witch, and I checked out then.
That's when you checked out?
Oh, that was like the beginning of the movie because it made no sense.
He wasn't in love with a witch.
He was in love with June, like the girl.
That was the witch.
She wasn't. No, the
Wasn't
witch
her
was
fault.
Enchantress. Like she was still a normal person whenever she wasn't like Enchantress.
But him leading the team for that, it made no sense.
Well, that's
Wait,
not
that's
the
why he
only.
led the team?
No, he was still. That's his job.
Well, he was a military dude.
But I'm
Yeah.
curious what you liked about it, because what I didn't like about it, with it being horrible dialogue, and then when you have like an Avengers type setup or Justice League type setup with this movie, but villains, you think they would all come together and fight something together in the end, but all of them were just hiding in corners.
They
and
are
nothing happened.
they are all villains in their own right and only look out for their own.
Right. They are
Yes.
bad guys. What? And they
Right.
even say that in the movie.
Trying
What
to-
do you want
The
them
only
to
reason
be?
they're
Anything
cobbled
else?
together is because their neck will explode if they.
Exactly.
But the scene before that, they all came together and was like, we're going to fight for this.
No, when they see the villains, like the bad guys, then for like a split second, and you can feel
Which
for
are their employers generally.
well, like Will Smith, I think, because he's the one that kind of like starts it. I think he has a reason because he has probably the most heart in it because of this daughter. So in his head, he's thinking like, oh my God, if these guys take over the world, my daughter's gonna die. So that's why, like, okay, he's like, I want to kill these guys, and then people take his lead.
Right.
So it made sense to me that's when he would.
And the I don't. You keep saying this poor dialogue.
Yeah.
I mean, it's for
It was
one.
cringeworthy.
No, I think it was funny. There was really quirky stuff in it. I think Will Smith kind of led that again. He led the dialogue and some of the fun stuff. Margot Robbie's character of Harley Quinn I thought was just fantastic.
She was the best part of the movie, minus the IMAX logo.
If you're saying anything, I think she got the most cheesy lines, but it works for Harley Quinn because that's how she is.
That's how she is.
She
She's a little
talks like
twisted.
that.
And you say that like you're expecting
A little twisted?
Is that like Avengers is like this great Shakespearean?
Yeah.
No, but it
soliloquies?
was flowed better in Suicide Squad. It felt forced because they did reshoots to beef up the comedy, and you could absolutely tell the moment they did that because it just felt forced. And
See, I
Will
couldn't.
Smith's
I
lines
got
were
that.
more like "dang" or "oh no, she didn't,"
No,
something like that.
he has never say, oh,
That
no,
was
she
absolutely-
did.
it was basically
Not
that.
It was
once
Fresh
did
Prince.
He never, ever. He was the smooth,
Similar lines.
like
Never said, "Oh no, you didn't."
never.
Came running in, Uncle Phil, Uncle Phil.
Yeah.
It was basically like that.
He never sounded like he was like serious.
Not verbatim, but it was lines like that.
What? Give me one line where it came off like he's like, "Oh no, she didn't."
When he's talking to I'm sorry, when he's talking to the leader of that whole military, what's her name?
Who's played brilliantly
Amanda
by the guy
Waller?
from Killing.
No, not
Viola
Joel
Davis?
Kinnaman was the worst.
Are you talking about Viola Davis?
Yeah, Viola Davis.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Amanda Waller.
She
Amanda
was
Waller.
amazing.
Monotone, simply
Well,
there.
It's her character.
That's her
Look, you watch
what
the
is-
Justice League cartoons and stuff, and Amanda Waller, number one, she's 5x5, so they should have gotten maybe the gal from Precious to play her. But she's
Oh, I didn't
also
know
Wow.
I didn't know this. That was the
Yeah.
first time I've seen
Gabbard
her.
but she's also really deadpan and monotone and to the point.
Yeah, and this girl was to the point. She had a mission. She was vengeful. She was focused, and I think she pulled it off as perfect.
I agree. She can't have any emotion. Like, this her job. Why would she have any emotion? She like kills people herself.
Argus is a black organization anyway.
Yeah, I didn't get into it. It was basically done. I wanted like it. I loved Harley Quinn. I'm glad she has her own movie spinoff. She's good. But Jai Courtney was not great. And then they just added all these characters in the middle of the movie without any explanation. Gave them something stupid.
If anything negative I have is the oversaturation of characters. They brought in maybe a few characters that they shouldn't. I think we were overwhelmed by that. But each one of them, I think they just let them do what they needed to do.
Well, I think, David Ayer, who is an excellent writer. He wrote U571. He wrote and directed End of Watch. He wrote Training Day and Fury. I think he's never done this type of movie, this big superhero movie. And I think those first 15 minutes where we have the roll call of all the superheroes, which are not super villains, some of them which are introduced twice to us for some reason.
Because they're cool.
He was onto something. He had like the neon lights, and then once the roll call was over, it was like dark, brooding in a city, I guess in between Metropolis and Gotham, called like Mid-City. And it was just, there was nobody there, supposedly, just like they thought were an area where there's no people, and it was just like dark and gloomy again.
Well, by that point,
but that's DC though.
But also by that point, we're supposed to, like, the attack happened, so people were either scattered or hiding or like taken over.
Yeah.
By the time they were coming, that's
it was a ghost town.
Okay. Yeah, because Enchantress was like had a hole in the sky,
and the Enchantress was completely awful.
I'll give you that.
Terrible villain.
I will agree with that.
Probably the worst villain ever. But that to me doesn't make it a horrible film. That you're going to have those elements.
Would you see this again?
I would.
Honestly,
we're talking about Suicide Squad. We got to take a quick break. We were only going to do it in this segment. When we come back, we're going to continue a little bit talking about Suicide Squad. Plus, we have a great interview that Bryan did in our event of the week, and a lot more coming up right here on the Entertainment Answer.
Let me out of here, Donald, please.
Let me have you, my Is this just fantasy? Come on! Caught in a landslide. No escape from reality.
I want to assemble a task force of the most dangerous people on the planet.
They're bad guys. Worst of the worst.
Too late. Open the gate! My time has come. Send shivers down my spine.
Was this cheerleading trials?
Hi, boys.
Deadshot. Guy shoots people. He's a crocodile and he eats people. Burns people. You're possessed by a witch and she's just crazy.
What was that? I should kill everyone and escape? Sorry. The voices. I'm kidding. That's not what they really said.
This is the deal. You're going somewhere very bad.
Whoa!
To do something that'll get you killed.
Let's go save the world.
I can't wait to show you my toys.
Mamma mia, mamma mia, mamma mia, let me go.
Let's do something fun.
For me, for me.
Seriously, what the hell's wrong with you people?
We're bad guys. It's what we do.
Nothing really matters to me.
Well, welcome back to the Entertainment Answer. We are in a heated discussion about Suicide Squad, which opened up this weekend, and to mixed reviews, obviously. The biggest mix being right here in the room with us. And this movie wasn't perfect. I think the problem is, I don't want to say problem because Brian, you're not a problem, but I think you're being too harsh on it.
Why don't you go wait in the car, Brian?
Yeah.
No, you're being really harsh, I feel like.
I mean, after Batman v Superman, this thing is so elevated higher than that. It was exciting. It was fun. Most people I talked to just thought it was very entertaining. And I think maybe, and you asked the question right before we went to the break, yes, I would see it again. I will probably buy it and own it because it's a lot of fun. But again, I like Sucker Punch. I'm wondering if it's a Zack Snyder issue you have and not a Suicide Squad issue.
So Zack Snyder, I don't think even produced this, but I do think that David Ayer had his cut of the movie, and then Warner Brothers stepped in with tons of notes, and he had to film that, and they went with that cut. So I think it was a problem of trying to get these many characters, go back and do the reshoots, and then just all the pressure of trying to get this better than Batman v Superman was, because they were real scared of that. Because even though it made a lot of money, it got critically panned by everybody, and they didn't want to do like just the dark and brooding thing. And I think this one had more. It was a fraction better than that, than Batman v Superman.
It was so much better than Batman v Superman.
And I like Batman versus Superman, and I like this a lot more.
But with these two movies, DC is doing the Marvel kind of thing, but I guess they started with Man of Steel, which I did like. I know a lot of people didn't, but I loved it.
I liked it.
I didn't like it.
Yes. So, but then you have the Batman v Superman, where you introduce so many characters, and the Justice League, which wasn't good. And then this one, which was just a tad bit better, but it's still going to be like, we still have tons of DC movies coming out. And when are they going to be fun again?
Well, I don't know if DC is ever going to be fun.
Yeah.
Marvel is fun. DC is dark. That's just how it is. I think that's how they want it. You can't go into it expecting Avengers. You can't expect Tony Stark, Mr. Suave, and Captain America sitting over there, and Thor's humor. You're not going to ever get that.
And you brought up, like, that world has always been dark. Even the cartoons of it has been pretty dark.
Right. And you read some of the original Batman, like I remember reading one of these leather-bound compendiums that was like Batman's origin story and all. I mean, it's something that was written 50 years ago, or better, and it was really dark. But my question is the continuity thing, and I've been saying this, well, since Matt and I were doing Entertainment Geeks, that if DC follows the model that Marvel is doing, they can win, and I still don't see them doing that. And the reason, Marvel has television, it has the movies, it has maybe some web like Netflix and stuff like that. You see everything making reference in one way or another to something that just happened over there that we know from another movie, right? You have DC, who for the last 5 years has been kicking some serious television butt with Arrow, with Flash, now with the DC Legends. They tried to prime time or mainstream the Supergirl thing, and have I wasn't paying attention to what the reviews were as far as CBS goes, but it didn't fit in CBS's style. So they're thankfully moving it over to WB, and they're crossing streams. So, couple of questions. You said that this happens in Middle City or whatever it's called, Queens or whatever the crap it is. But you said the attack happens. Is that the attack from the previous movie?
No.
Okay, so this is something totally different.
It's a totally different story.
So that's one thing. I didn't know if this was like a side story, a continuation.
It takes place like several months after Batman v Superman. Superman's dead.
Great. Understanding that's fine. Now, we have 5 years worth of storyline that has been being built by second-tier Justice League characters. Okay. How is that fitting in? Because
it's not, because
Amanda Waller's dead.
Doesn't need to.
Amanda Waller is dead.
Why can't this just be a standalone movie?
Yeah.
It can be a standalone. Because you know why? Because it's going to end up being Fantastic Four. It's going to end up being X-Men.
It's already better than Fantastic Four.
It's going to end up being this stuff that sits in this universe that we all know, and these things touch each other.
I'm glad you brought
and they suck because they're not real Marvel movies. This isn't a real DC thing.
Well, I'm glad you brought up Fantastic Four.
It's a fun movie.
Yeah.
If they never do anything else and it's never tied in again, it's a fun movie with great characters who you want to see and you enjoy, and you go in and it's entertaining. I don't think that the rest of the world cares if it's ever connected.
I agree.
And I think you brought up Fantastic Four. Yes, Fantastic Four is a worse movie. However, I think they just had such a good or the best talent behind this movie, in front and back of the camera, that it still couldn't get it off the ground, is why maybe I'm still angrier about it.
Yeah. Well, obviously. Well, there you go. Well, I mean, it is a split audience. I think some people are going to love it, obviously, and some people are going to hate it. And then some people will be like, that was fun, and won't care either way.
What's the rating?
It's PG-13, which
maybe their DC and Warner Brothers' new thing is where Blu-ray's going to come out with a rated R 30 minutes.
I do kind of think, I wish it could have been rated R, because I think they could have done more with it.
I agree.
It would have probably been better.
It's funny. We're going to talk. You have an interview later with Mike
Birbiglia. Say it with me.
I can't.
Birbiglia.
With Mike
Wait,
Birbiglia.
is it Birbiglia or Birbiglia?
No, we already started. So anyway, your interview's coming up with that. We're going to do here in a segment or two. But he had this interesting tweet. I'm going to see if I can find it. Now it's gone. Oh, yeah. Suicide Squad has machine gun killings and bombings and got a PG-13 rating. Don't Think Twice, which is his new movie, it gets an R rating because adults smoke pot. Confusing.
Oh my gosh,
it's
I didn't
really
think
weird.
about that.
Well,
That's
and they're
rated
doing that
R.
with cigarettes now. That if you're smoking cigarettes, they're going to be given an automatic R.
No
and granted,
way.
Don't Think Twice has.
Yes, it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
Can we
Don't Think
social
Twice
engineer
has-
some more bullcrap?
Has some language in it too, but
yeah, they have a lot of.
But he's got a point. It's like,
Well, this thing, you can't hear the naughty language,
right?
But you can see people's heads fly off, or with like
Right.
maybe black blood instead of red blood, or you can get like
what's that about?
People stabbing you twice rather than like 5 times. But you could see that on a PG-13.
Yeah, you
but
can,
if you
can shoot and
say
stab an alien as much as you want.
if you say the S word like more than twice, you're an R rated.
Yeah, F word.
Even if it's a comedy.
Yeah, you get one F word and you're done.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so that was a good point. It was just kind of a funny segue because it's interesting that this is a PG-13 film.
But why smoking pot? Because that's legal in how many states now?
I think he's just being he's just kind of trying to prove his point that.
Yeah.
So anyway, so take it as it is. Suicide Squad out this week, as well as Don't Think Twice in limited theaters, and you got your interview with Mike Birbiglia coming.
That's exactly how you say it.
He's amazing. I can't wait to get him.
He's
on
an
the
amazing
line.
guy. So that interview's coming up as well. Real quick, 9 Lives. You did some research about this. This also comes out this weekend.
Yes.
Why'd you do research?
Because, yeah.
I did. I went and I
Is that
looked
the cat
on
food?
Yes, the cat movie with Kevin Spacey, and it looks ridiculous if you've seen the trailer. But I went on IMDb, I went on Wikipedia, I looked up everybody in the movie and tried to see if there was a link to Kevin Spacey as a cousin or a brother or a sister, or if they've worked on past movies together.
Because we don't know why he's doing it.
Nothing. I don't know why he's doing it.
Is he having money problems? Is he having money problems
It was
like Nick
written.
Cage?
It was written by 5 people, and it's distributed by a company called EuropaCorp. And I guess they've done a ton of movies with a ton of like big name stars. And I guess they asked him, and I would imagine if he's in the movie for a little bit as like a person, he spent a day or two, and maybe he was filming something else while he was there, and then he could say, hey, I'm going to LA to film the lines or record the lines in a studio and get paid, a few $1 million, and that's it.
Right.
That has to be that.
Yeah, because why Kevin, and this all started, we did a podcast earlier this week and talking about this movie and trying to figure out why in the world Kevin Spacey is attached to a remake of Shaggy DA with a cat. And it's like, it's just so weird. And we didn't get any press screenings for it.
No.
Yeah,
it's flying
and it's
under the
directed
radar.
by Barry Sonnenfeld, who did Men in Black and, some good movies, but this one it doesn't feel like him. It doesn't feel like Kevin Spacey.
Right.
But maybe,
And it's probably going to be a great family film. It's got Jennifer Garner in it, but it's
like
the mystery of Kevin is.
Have you seen it?
I have not.
Nobody's
I
been know that.
mean, I'm wondering if maybe the story is just Kevin just liked it, or is Kevin one of those Sam Jackson kind of guys where if he's got the time, he loves to work and enjoys doing it. So if he can do it, he will.
Well, the story is that he works too much. He doesn't see his family a lot, and he picks up this cat, brings in his car, and he gets in a car wreck, and his life is in the cat now, and he has a week to love his family before he turns back.
I just cringe.
Yeah,
it's so bad.
That's
Why?
terrible.
So
And why do they even make these movies?
And
is Norm Macdonald in it?
I wish, but if you go back and look at Oscar winners or people who do a lot of drama and win awards, usually after they win their award, they do something ridiculous or fun or something like that. So maybe this is him, or maybe.
But what has he won an award recently?
He's been getting a lot of stuff for House of Cards.
Is he getting
Oscar
Emmys?
already.
Is he getting Emmys and stuff for House of Cards?
He's getting a lot of
so.
nominations. So
Yeah.
and I don't even know how long ago this was done. They could have. Was there a
So
shooting
there
time?
was supposed to be released, I think last March or April, but they
Right.
pushed it to here.
And they
so-
could have shot it 2 years ago.
Yes.
Who knows?
Maybe he's been actually trying to put this story together for the past 25 or 30
It was his passion
years.
project.
House
It was
of
his
Cats.
passion-
I wanted it to be
was-
House of Cats.
It was over the litter box or beyond the litter box.
I actually think Brian's right. I think I didn't think about it until the last podcast where you said like he probably really just shot one day, maybe two, and then it was all voice. So it's easy enough work for a few $1 million. Like
But then there's the reputation. I would be like, can you call me like, Seven Casey or something maybe on the thing? And I don't know. But
he's like, well, Jennifer Garner's in it too.
that's true.
So-
He's like, I get to do a movie with Jennifer Garner. Wait, I don't? I don't get to do one? My voice gets to do one with her? All right. Well, we're going to take another small break. When we come back, we have Kevin. It's our event of the week, some Blu-ray news, and more right here on the Entertainment Answer.
Tom Brand had it all. He earned billions, traveled the world on luxury yachts, and owned homes in 7 different time zones. He built an empire from scratch. Thousands called him the most powerful man in the world. And now they call him Mr. Fuzzy Pants.
How did I get into this? You haven't been there for your family. You're going to be stuck inside this cat until you make things right.
Seriously?
But I hate cats.
That's what makes this so perfect.
It's the dirty work.
You're the best gift I ever got.
Just drown me.
Welcome back to the Entertainment Answer. We just got a lot of just stuff going on this week. I think we're all just trying to purge our lives from things. Brian's upset about
Will Smith,
Suicide Squad, and we're all upset that Kevin Spacey did a cat movie, and
Mass
Dave's
hysteria.
upset that there's a TV series reboot coming up that we want to talk about. Well, real quick, last week, Blu-rays and DVDs, everything came out last week on Blu-ray. There was
Right.
like 20
Yes.
that I had to cover.
But
What's
you
out
could
this week?
rest easy this week because there's really only one thing that came out this week. And it
2 things.
One thing. One thing. One
always
thing you
gotta
need to spend
argue.
your money on.
Is it more nun machine gun?
No nunsploitation, but Supergirl season 1.
Ugh.
Yeah.
You get behind the
Tough crowd.
scenes, you get the gag reel, you get the Comic-Con panel from last year on the extras.
All right.
Supergirl. I mean, I liked it.
Right.
Oh, you like that, but you don't like Suicide
and
Squad.
it's
Boom!
Yeah.
Called out.
Yeah. And it's
I'm
moving
sure
over.
it's, I'm
moving
sure it's
over to
quality
DVD.
writing too.
It flowed
Oh, yeah, was the
better.
dialogue amazing?
It
Dialogue
flowed better.
is-
The dialogue was better. Watch it.
You're never
Watch
gonna
it.
live that down, dude.
Supergirl
You're never gonna
on
live that down.
Blu-ray.
We're always
Excellent
gonna-
video and audio.
Now, did you see Hologram for a King with Tom Hanks? Because that's out at the on
Yeah, that
list.
is out, and I have not seen that. But our other guest, Preston, who's not here, he said he liked it. He said it was good.
Right.
So obviously, it's Tom Hanks.
Yeah, it's probably a great renter. And then if you're like me and read Stephen King's book 11/22/63, which they did a Hulu version movie
Yeah.
with Franco, it's out now
And
on Blu-ray and
filmed
DVD.
partly in Dallas.
Yeah, filmed partly in Dallas. So that's out this week. So if you don't have Hulu or don't like watching things on Hulu and you want to own it, Warner Brothers Home Entertainment's releasing
Correct.
that.
Or yes, it comes out, and I think there's like one extra on that disc. But if you like a story where somebody travels through time to try to stop the JFK assassination,
right?
And it's Stephen King. Yes,
I really love the book.
But have you guys seen it? Has someone seen it?
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, okay. I was just curious if it was good.
Yeah, I've watched.
I really
several.
want
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
But if you it's on Hulu, I don't know if you really need to spend your money on the Blu-ray.
So how long is it? I mean, is it like how many episodes?
Oh, I'm trying to remember how many episodes it was. Was it 8 or 10? I'm trying
Something
to remember.
like that. Yeah, but I'm anxious to see it. So yeah, if you're interested in all that, if you've read the book like I have, and then of course
actually read a book?
Supergirl. I read a lot of books. Some of them don't have pictures.
Wow.
So
oh my,
most do. Though.
Oh my.
All right. So now, we between breaks we were talking about. We mentioned the Taken, the Liam Neeson movie franchise.
Yes.
You're calling it a reboot. What are they rebooting?
It's not a reboot.
No, it's just a television. It's
Well, I'm reading the note you said.
it's
You have
it's
Taken
minority.
TV
It's
series.
Minority
Okay,
Report.
okay.
How'd that work?
I'm reading Brian's notes.
All right,
Did
so
that already get
it's
canceled?
Yeah, that
it's a reboot / prequel. So it's Taken series, and it is going to be a prequel to the movies. And Clive Standen from the Vikings show, from Vikings, will play Brian Mills, who is Liam Neeson's character.
Right.
Jennifer Beals is also going to be in it.
Sold.
And it is mid-season 2017 premiere date. And if you remember, Brian Mills, the character, was a former CIA agent before his family started being
That's why he's
taken
able to do those terrible
every
things.
year. So now I guess in this prequel, we'll get to see him actually be the CIA operative and him.
So it could
do
even
this.
be before he's married,
We'll get to see him
before he has
develop
kids
his
and everything.
very special.
I would imagine it's going to be kind of like an Alias type of scenario.
What channel is this going to be on, or what network?
I'm trying. It's a major network. I'm trying to remember if it's NBC or not. I'm trying to remember.
Well, if it's Fox, we'll get one season.
Yeah, that's true. They'll just cancel it.
Right.
But the movies are okay. They're fun and silly.
Yeah.
But there comes a time where like, okay, why are we gonna? Does anybody want to see this guy before his family starts getting taken?
It depends on how it's written. It depends on what his character is doing.
Yeah.
They may simply just be trading on a successful franchise and just doing basic police procedural type stuff.
They might be.
Yeah,
I mean,
it could
Jennifer
be,
Beals
it could feel
in
like
it,
24. It could feel like any of those.
So you're a fan of Jennifer Beals?
I am.
Yeah. So
Did you say the guy's been casted, Brian?
Yeah,
Or
Clive
whatever?
Standen from the show Vikings.
Is he some good-looking guy or something?
He's no Miles Teller.
No, I'm just asking.
I don't know if I want to watch
as
it.
I am.
You guys get to look at Jennifer Beal. I want to look at somebody.
Yeah,
new.
see, look, there he is.
Jessica Biel.
Yeah, look up Clive
He's
Standen.
okay. He's all right. I mean, I just feel like I don't want this to turn into like Pretty Boy. Like that's the market.
Like the new MacGyver.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's what I was thinking. Like that's totally just selling on the looks.
Right.
So
I'm with you.
So yeah, let us know on our Facebook or Twitter, the Int Answer, or Facebook at the Entertainment Answer, what you think about the new Taken prequel series.
Yeah. If even if you're going to give it a chance.
Yes.
All right.
I am.
It depends on the network because I trust networks sometimes.
I want to be taken with it.
Really?
You want to be?
You wanna-
Oh, aha.
I see what you did there.
All right, here's a quick question for y'all. With these types of shows and stuff, do you immediately start watching it, or do you wait or do you like watch the pilot and do a quick review, or do you like wait for them to get? Is it going to be a second season before you even give it time?
No, I mean, if I'm in a show, I'll mostly watch the first season, and then if it's good enough, I'll watch the second season. I'll give it the whole thing. I don't stop mid-season.
I won't watch it at all unless somebody tells me like this is a show to watch.
Right.
Like because to me right now I'm like turned off. I think it's dumb that they're doing it, honestly. I don't see a point for this. Like can we not think of something more original? Like
Right.
why do we have to do a prequel of Taken?
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Right. So it's got to be DVR worthy. It's like
Yeah.
Elaine Sponge. You have to have something that's
I
DVR
will
worthy.
Yeah,
not watch
that's
it.
not. I mean, unless you guys are all telling me, oh, you have to watch it. It's so good. Then
yeah.
I would do it.
Well,
Because
and-
it goes back to Stranger Things.
Stranger
I
Things.
would have never watched it or gave it a time of day if Preston and you guys weren't up here talking about how good it is.
Yeah.
I
Well,
would have
and
never
ever
even thought
since
about it.
Agreed.
the Firefly debacle, I don't want to anything that even looks like a good idea. I wonder if it's going to make it because I mean, granted, Minority Report I thought was going to be doomed from day
Right.
one, but this could be a really good cop-ish show. But personally, I may watch the pilot and then I'm going to wait and see if they get picked up again because how many series have we individually really like this show and all of a sudden we just hear it's not going on. They don't ever end
really
it.
had any. 'Cause
They don't ever end it.
I guess I just don't. It's my commitment thing. I don't care. I'll watch it for a season. If you go away, you go away.
Yeah, see, I like the story. I actually enjoy the rich story, and I get involved in the characters, and I want to see how these characters progress. And then if all of a sudden these characters are gone, and we don't know, did they ever get together? Did they ever find the murderer? Did they ever?
Yeah. All I know is Project Runway's coming back in September, so
no, for
I'm
the love
fine.
of- be still on Project Runway,
Dude, that's my show. That's my show, and it's coming back in September.
Good
so
for you.
reality TV never goes away. So maybe that's why I don't.
That's
quit.
true. Reality TV.
reality.
never does.
This is
Never
reality
does.
TV.
Yes,
This is
reality TV.
unscripted.
That's true. Really unscripted.
So
Yeah.
so also in your notes, Brian, you got Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds have a new album and movie out, and it's funny because you said that, and then somebody else was posting about it on Facebook that they had a dream about Nick Cave.
Really?
Last night.
Wait,
So-
Nicolas Cage has got a band now?
Yes,
How hard
Nicolas
is this
Cage.
guy for cash?
Nick Cave, like Bat Cave. Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. Their new album comes out September 9th. It's called Skeleton Tree, and they actually made a documentary about making the album called One More Time with Feeling. And it is so Nick Cave's son actually died tragically a couple years ago, and I think this album and this documentary kind of examines that. But Nick Cave is great. If you don't know Nick Cave, you probably recognize him from his song Red Right Hand, maybe. It was in the Scream soundtrack. He's really good. Right. He's amazing. And his last album was, I think, in 2013. It was excellent.
Cool.
But I'm glad he's coming out. He's great. He's involved with movies too, so
sweet.
It's good. I'm excited.
I know,
that brings us to, are we going to talk about guitarists?
Well, first let's do event of the week.
Event of the week. That's right.
Yeah, let's
event
do
of the
that
week
before we get out of here.
And
real quick,
supposedly nobody had events. I found two big events.
I found 2 events, but I mean, like I said, I can't really elaborate.
I found 2 big events. So on Thursday, August 11th, at the Bomb Factory at 8 p.m. in conjunction with AXS TV, the Monkees are going to play a concert at the Bomb Factory. The Monkees.
I need
They must
the
have gotten
internet
off
that
their
you
cruise.
Hey, we're the Monkees.
I know, that's kind of a cool event.
Yeah,
cool.
Absolutely. So I want to go to
Monkees
that.
at Bomb Factory?
My
Bomb
wife's
Factory,
gonna
8 p.m.
drag
That'll
me
be
there.
awesome.
You're actually going?
I want to go, yeah.
Will you take my wife? Because she loves the Monkees.
Yes, I will.
You never have to ask Brian twice for that question.
Meet her in the backyard.
Yeah.
Will you take my wife? Brian's the end.
Take my wife, please. And then
Jackie Kluger.
my other event is from the 12th through the 15th of August at the Sheraton Dallas Anime Fest. If you're a big anime connoisseur, there's a convention strictly for you with tons of voice talent from all your favorite anime series, comics. It's called Anime Fest, and this is where all the good cosplayers go. If you're in a cosplay, this is the one. This is where they spend the thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on it.
Wow.
Is it safe to say that will be a Pokestop?
I would imagine.
Like every square inch of it?
Like physically, you can grab
I'm sure
a
the Pokemon Go at Anime Fest is going to be off the charts.
Yeah. See, this is great.
bet
That's what I
there'll
love
be
about the
fights.
show, because I learn something every week. I didn't know those 2 events happened. There's 2 events I want to go to. I want to go to those more than I do my event.
I want to see you dressed up.
Oh, I bet you do.
You would be a cute Pikachu.
Real quick, mine is, and we always talk about Animal Draft House because I love it. Really, they don't sponsor our show. It's just I always talk about stuff going on, but they're doing the Rocky Horror Picture Show sing along.
Yeah.
At Alamo Draft House on this Saturday.
I'm one of the world's biggest Rocky Horror fans.
Are you going to go to the sing along?
I usually don't do that. I usually go to the Inwoods version where they do the shadow cast with what is it called? I can't remember their name, but they have the people acted out and they do the whole thing.
That's nice.
So yeah.
Do you dress up?
You know what? I've never dressed up, but I've always wanted to dress up as Frankenfurter. Actually, I used to have parties at my house for Rocky, and I used to dress up there, but not in public.
Is this parties with real people or your?
No, it's
your
real
shadow
people.
friends?
This is real people.
So your stuffed animals.
It's real people. It's
So,
still
Susan,
real
what are you
to
doing
me.
this week? What was one you pulled out?
Well, one, I didn't realize the Barnum and Bailey's, like Ringling Brothers, that comes to the American Airlines Center this weekend. So that's pretty. If I was in town, I would love to go there. And then you mentioned Alamo Draft House. They're having a Queen sing along. I've only ever been to the Britney Spears sing along there, but
and you sang along?
Oh, I did. I sang and danced.
Give us your best, Brittany.
No,
dance.
That's all right. Oh, I don't dance well at all.
Yeah.
I always say I'm a wedding
one
dancer.
more time.
Yeah.
It's like the creepiest version right there.
No, but the Queen sing along, if I was in town, that sounds like fun. I love Queen, so.
Yeah, and everybody knows more Queen songs than they think they do when they get there.
And they put the words up on the screen.
Yeah.
So.
Absolutely. What are you doing, Dave?
I've been stretching to try to find an event, and then I remember the Bass Hall over in Fort Worth, and y'all never talk about Fort Worth like it's like evil or something.
No, in fact, we're talking about Bass Hall in a couple of weeks because they're going to do Sound of Music opening at Bass Hall.
That's what I was going to bring up. Starting on the 17th, Sound of Music is there.
Right, which is the week after next. So
Yeah,
it's your
I know.
event of 2 weeks.
Well,
from
there's
now.
like nothing happening there.
He's ahead 2 weeks of us.
Does Fort Worth still do that 4-day weekend improv show?
Oh, yeah, I love 4-day weekend.
I feel like I went
You
there one
have
time.
to go.
That's so fun.
Yeah.
There you go. We were just talking about improv with the
Yeah.
Don't Think Twice. That's a great.
4-day weekend is a lot of fun, and it's great because they do 2 shows. The early show is wholly family centric. The jokes are a little more silly. The late show, which is like at 9 or 10 or something like that, is a little more risque, but they still keep it relatively clean.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Well, that's a good way to get us out of this week's show. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Susan, thanks for being our guest.
Thanks for
this
having
week.
me.
And if you're listening, if we do a post show, so if you're listening to the radio right now and you're listening to the show, you can jump over to, I guess, our Facebook page, and that's probably the good
Facebook
place
page and our YouTube, which is the Entertainment Answer. It'll be on there as well.
Yeah, because we're going to do a post show that we're going to talk about some stuff we weren't able to fit into this show. So it's a lot of fun. You can stream it online. So jump over and check out our post show, and we'll see you right here next week on the Entertainment Answer.